Have you thought about getting rid of germs in your car lately? Well, Jackson Luxury Detailing Services is currently offering a COVID-19 interior cleaning, which is a 200-degree steam to help protect you and your family from any possible diseases. Plus, they will provide you with an amazing full detailing experience. They are currently servicing Macon County, Gwinnett County, and Morgan County in Georgia. And guess what? They will come to you. So visit at Jackson Luxury Detailing on Instagram for detailing packages and be sure to mention Love Life After Podcast or use code LLAP for a discount.
Baby, you're my cocaine. She got me feeling like a dolphin. I'm addicted to a black queen. Baby, you're my cocaine. She got me feeling like a dolphin. I'm addicted to a black queen.
Welcome back to Love Life After. I am Christelle.
I'm Brittany. And today we have a guest host. We've been waiting for her to come on for about, I don't know,
2 seasons ago.
a long time. So we are very happy that she was able to join us tonight. Thank you, Marissa.
Hey, everybody.
So
Marissa, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Tell us what you do. Like, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name's Marissa. I work in the pharma industry during the day. I blog and influence on the side at night. I'm usually up every night until like 2 a.m. trying to get stuff done and taken care of. But I have been promising them that I would come on this podcast for a while now. I think the stars finally aligned today. So I'm here. I'm excited to talk to everybody. I love this show. I listen to it all the time. I learn so much from both of these women, and it's really an honor to be on here.
Oh, we appreciate it.
Appreciate the love. And you said you blog on the side, so like, tell us your blog. What do you do?
I did a terrible job at plugging myself. I don't like to talk about myself, but so you guys can find me at Shabby Chic Cheap on Instagram, and then my blog is shabbychiccheap.com, and I usually talk about fashion, beauty, and really whatever else I feel like talking about. Lately, it's just kind of been a melting pot of different topics. We've been talking about voting and the importance of getting out to the polls and making sure your voice is heard. We talk about mental health. We talk about self-love, affirmations, positivity. It's just, I just try to be like a positive influence as much as I can.
I know that's right. I be seeing your Instagram because I follow you, and I'm like, dang, her stories are so good. They so interesting. I was like trying to do that. I think you was doing doing something with Carrie Townsend. Was it Carrie Townsend or Crabtree?
With Crabtree, yeah.
Crabtree Mall. I was like, dang, I should do this. And then you was doing the pumpkin thing. I was like, dang, that is really
I know sometimes I was like, dang, I wish I was her, but I know it's, you and I talk, and I know it's a lot for you because it's like you said earlier, you have to be up to like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
It can be a lot, but I think when you enjoy doing something, then it makes the work worth it. So,
because I know I'll see your stories sometimes like, dang, how did she do it? Like,
it's very interesting, and it's like very it's motivating too. Cause I'm like, damn, let me go ahead and promote my name. Let me promote the podcast. Let me try to do something on my Instagram story. So that's dope.
So how do you find time doing that and raising 3 kids and raising a husband?
Yes, my 4th child. I think the answer most people say, they're like, oh, it just takes like time management and planning, but I'm probably like the worst person when it comes to like time management. I'm frequently late, and I think though I get into these spurts where I get really inspired by different things, or I just get like a whole bunch of ideas. So lately what I've been doing is keeping notes in my phone whenever I have an idea. Like reels are really big on Instagram right now, so I have a note in my phone with some ideas that I have to do some reels. I've also just been trying to, because I think sometimes when you're a mom, and as a woman, you put yourself on the back burner so much because you're like, oh, well, I've got to make sure that this is taken care of, and this is taken care of, and that's taken care of, and then you're not taking care of yourself or doing the things that fill you up or the things that you enjoy doing. So I've been trying to make more of an effort to make myself a priority and do the things that make me happy, that fill my cup, that make me feel good, and that I enjoy doing. So,
I like that.
You know, sometimes I have to stay up late, but if that's when it's quiet because everybody's asleep and I can get things done, then that's when I do it.
Yeah, that's good. That's normally what I do. I stay up late just to get the housework done most of the time because, you know, it's hard having... I mean, they're not that young anymore, but they're still young,
but you
know?
pick up, and then as soon as you do, like, it's, like, right back.
Right. So, yeah. So, with that being said, we normally, you know, do, like, how your week has been, but we pretty much just touch a little bit. But I do want to say this week, and then y'all could just piggyback off how y'all's been. Normally, like, I'll be like, okay, it's the same over and over again. But this week, starting Sunday, my husband actually surprised me, got me a steam. I went to the ISIS Wellness Bar. He took me and I guess they must have planned it or whatever. So I went steaming, got a facial, and then Monday I got a massage. And then Tuesday we went to Brittany's birthday. Happy birthday, Brittany.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Her birthday was Tuesday. So that, and then Wednesday, you know, of course, I had a couple clients Tuesday. And then I took the rest of the week, and I just like, after clients, I was just like, I'm done. Because it started off so good. Yeah. So I just felt so good. And I'm like.
It sounds like you had like a really nice, relaxing week. Like you had something every day that was kind of, you know.
And even.
Some self-care going on.
Right. And if my clients are hearing this, because, you know, I always have like people on my waiting list. But. Like when I think I had like 3 cancellations this time, and I didn't even like bother to call anybody on my waiting list. I just like, you know what?
Take that time.
I'm just taking this time to just, you know, be myself and do what I got to do. So yeah, I had a really good week, and I had to share that.
That's really good. I have been trying to get a steam forever. I know you keep telling me about ISIS, and I know I'm gonna be out of town the next time you go, but the next time you go,
I'm going back. So. My birthday's next month, so I literally already scheduled my next appointment. I'm going back on the 18th, too. So the 4th and then the 18th.
All right, I'm there.
Okay, so yeah.
I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
But yeah, the 18th, though, I'm not steaming that day because I'm doing a wax and a facial.
Okay.
But I'm steaming on the 11th.
Okay.
If you're going to be here on the 11th,
on the 11th,
too.
I'll be here.
Okay. Yeah, that's a Wednesday, because Wednesdays are $25.
Oh, okay, yes.
So yeah.
Shabby Chic Cheap. I love it.
So yeah, we can definitely go on the 11th if you want. Sure. Okay, awesome.
So my week was it was kind of up and down, I'm not gonna lie, because as y'all know, my husband started driving trucks, so he's out of the state. So I really wasn't gonna do anything for my birthday, but you know, all of my friends and family like, oh, Britt, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, I don't know, y'all. I did have an appointment to go get my makeup done, so I went and got my makeup done. And then my husband was like, he wanted to like, basically he was trying to surprise me. He basically tried to get a maid to come and clean the house, which I'm appreciative of.
Yeah.
But then I start freaking out like, wait, hold up. Like, what they bringing to clean up? Because I don't want them messing up my floors. Like, I start tripping because I'm like, okay, wait, hold up. What are they like? Are they going to be like COVID? Like, they going to like.
I understand that these days.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? That they going to be COVID appropriate. They going to have on masks. Like, they sanitize. So I start freaking out. So basically, long story short, they were supposed to come at a certain time. I had to get my makeup done. They didn't show up. So I was just like, okay, like there's they running behind, but they didn't think the call. So I was like, no, let's just cancel it. That's money we can save.
Yeah.
And then he scheduled a chef to come cook for me and the kids, and the chef was gonna make me like a vegan chocolate cake, but her mom got sick.
Oh,
the chef's mom.
The chef's mom got sick, so. Basically, all the things that he tried to plan for my birthday did not work. So he was very pissed. And I know the kids, they was pissed. So I think they was more mad that the maid didn't show up because they didn't want to clean up.
Right. They're like, oh, one day.
So I got my makeup done because 2 days my birthday. I had Monday and Tuesday off. Sunday, I also went to ISIS. And I ran into Christelle and Carmela. I was like, oh, wow, what a coincidence. I had got a facial. That facial was so freaking bomb. I was in the like laying down snoring.
Yeah, she's good. And then she gave you like a massage, like a shoulder. I mean, I know most of them comes with it, but she actually took her time and
She's
spent
so
time
gentle.
with you. Like,
oh my God.
You got your whole arms and
I got a
like
facial.
everything.
I got a facial and I got a back beautifier. Like where she like massage your back and like steam it, put a mask on it, exfoliate it.
Oh my gosh.
It was wonderful.
I need to do that too.
Yeah,
It was really, really wonderful. So I mean, my week it was good for the most part. It was good. I had a great time with family and friends, and everybody came to the dinner, even though it was like last minute. It was literally last minute, planned it.
Sometimes that's the best though.
It is. Throw it together last minute. Makes it right.
You know, you just have a good time.
Yeah, and it was right. It was nice. Good. It was nice. I had a good time. It was good, and then back to work.
Yeah. It's so hard, especially when you take off the beginning of the week.
I know.
Then you got to go back on Wednesday.
And I was struggling. Like, from Wednesday to today, I was struggling at work. I'm like, yo, I really need to take a seat. I'm like, I'm really struggling. I'm over here, like, messing up, signing stuff. I'm like, yo, I really, like, next time I should take more time off.
I didn't have any days off this week, but for me, this week just felt like it was so long. And I felt like I was, like, when it was Tuesday, I thought it was Wednesday. And then when I realized it was only Tuesday, I was like, oh. It's only Tuesday,
right?
That's really sad.
Yeah.
So I'm glad Friday is here.
Me
We've
too.
all made it.
Yes,
We all made it to the finish line.
Girl, when I got up for work today, I was like, Brett, you made it through the week. You made it through the week, girl.
Yeah, my Friday starts tomorrow.
Well, yes.
I gotta get up early and work.
Yes, and you can get up so early.
But I don't have a long day, so yay.
Good, that's good.
So Marissa, how about you? I know you touched,
on the week.
Yeah.
It just felt like a long week. The virtual academy stuff is still an adjustment. You know, we have good weeks, we have bad weeks. My daughter had a rough week this week with it. Her teacher's been really understanding, but some days it's just hard to balance. Like if I have a meeting and stuff and she's supposed to be where she's supposed to be, she's only 6, so she still needs just a lot of help. You know, learning how to work the computer and what to click and how to, read the directions. And sometimes the things that they want them to do, like she's like, well, I don't know how to type an entire sentence. It's like, okay, well, what's the answer so that I can, kind of help her do it. And then that kind of pushes my work back. So I'm just up late sometimes doing the things I need to do for the blog and for my regular job. And sometimes I just want to watch TV and just not even think about anything.
I know. I feel you.
That's what I did Monday.
Yeah.
I feel you. It is hard. Even like my kids, they older. Like, they be struggling. Like today I'm at work, they're like, Mom, the Wi-Fi went out. I'm in the middle of class. I'm like, great. What am I supposed to do?
And what can you do?
Nothing. Nothing. You can't do nothing. You can't do anything. I was like, all right, boys, don't stress out.
And because you have to help them not to be freaked out about stuff too, because then they feel like, well, I can't get my test done, or I can't get this assignment turned in, or my teacher's going to think I'm skipping class.
Right.
Yeah. Yesterday, it was, it wasn't like a teaching moment. It kind of was because Isaiah, he overslept. We thought he was up, like his lights were on, so we thought he was in a room. He wasn't. He went back to sleep, and he missed the whole first period. Aww. And Anaya went in there, was like, "You sleep?" And then he woke up like crying, freaking out. No. I was like, you know what? It's fine.
Yeah.
Just go to your next class, and you'll be all right. So Keith ended up texting like. No, the Wi-Fi is working, so we're not
rest though.
But
I bet he needed it.
So it's just a balance.
I don't know if I should admit this, but I'm going to go ahead and share with y'all, because if y'all want to judge me, then that's just on y'all.
Right.
Not this past Monday, but the previous Monday, I let them have a hooky day, and it was honestly like the best day we've had in the longest time. Like I let them sleep in. We went to this little coffee shop I like. They got some cake pops. I got a McDonald's for lunch. They ran around and played outside, and like at the end of the day, Ethan was like, he's my oldest, he's 10, and he was telling me, he was like, Mom, thank you so much for letting us have the day off. This was like such a good day. And they just needed it. And I think, as adults, we're always talking about, I need a mental day, I need a break. Right. And they do too. This is hard for them too. So we took that Monday. I emailed their teachers. I was like, they're not going to be in class today. And they had that, that free time to just relax and not stress or worry about anything or have to be responsible for anything.
Right.
I
it's
think,
good.
I think that's necessary. That's necessary. That's
I
definitely
think we're gonna
necessary.
do that too.
We are too.
And you should, because you know what it is. I think it's important because we talk about mental health a lot, and I talk about mental health a lot, and I don't think that I think what we don't talk about a lot is mental health for kids,
right?
Because we're always focused on
don't.
adults, like depression and postpartum depression and anxiety and stuff, and that are those are things that we deal with. But kids have that, they have those
just
same
like
issues.
love languages, like kids have that
they
too,
have their love languages.
So you have to find a balance and figure out what they like, and then just try not so much focus on you, but focus on them too.
Yeah, just like you get stressed and anxious, they feel the same way. They pick up on things that you might not even realize or think about, or they stress about things you might not even think that they might be stressing about. So they need that little break. Give them a little bit of grace and
we're definitely gonna do that. I'm definitely gonna do that.
I'm doing that too because y'all know the fair. Even though the fair is not open, they still got the food.
Are you guys gonna go?
Yeah, we're gonna go.
Yeah, it starts right.
It started
yesterday.
Yeah, Thursday.
I want a funnel cake so bad.
Yeah. I'll probably take them one day and just.
We should go like for real
because
because
the week when probably a lot of people won't really be there because when we went on that Monday and we were out hardly anyone was out because they were at work or at school, and so we were able to just run around and not have to be concerned about people coughing on us.
No, but for real, yeah. That is important though too, and I noticed too with my husband being going, it's like okay, I could get the house all right, house shut down by 9:30. Like I'm like, we just gonna chill. We just gonna watch Sister. We gonna relax, chill. And usually I be on a tail. I'm like, I'm like, you know what, Britt? The marathon continues. It'll get done tomorrow.
Speaking of the marathon continue, I just heard today that I don't know if this we should talk about this or not, but they're trying to get that name patent. I mean, that saying.
Oh, really?
And then the family's trying to, I guess the gang member, the crib, were trying to get the name patent, and then the family's trying to fight it.
Oh, wow.
Really? So the marathon continue. They're trying to, So, yeah, I was like, I just found out this morning. Ebony told me this morning.
Wow. I haven't heard about it. I haven't heard about it at all.
I'm so behind on some news. Sometimes I don't even watch the news. I don't know.
Because that's our favorite thing.
Yeah, the marathon continues. Yeah. Right. I mean, it's very they're just like how people say life is not. It's not a race. It's a marathon, or life is not a sprint. It's a marathon. Basically saying as long as you get there, that's all that matters.
Right. Perseverance.
Right. And don't give up. Just keep trying. The marathon continues.
Exactly.
But that's crazy. I didn't hear about that. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do. I have an icebreaker question. It just came off the top of my head.
Okay.
Because I seen this post, right? And we all in our 30s.
We're 25.
No, but what she said, this is what she said. Let me pull it up because I sent this to my best friend because me and my best friend, we send stuff to each other all day, every day. So basically this girl said, she said, baby, the 20-something me couldn't hold a candle to the woman I am now. It's the growth in me. And then I have Twitter. But anyway, she said, I think a lot of women get sexier as they enter their 30s because there's a level of self-assurance and unapologeticness. I said what I said. That energy that shines through. Okay. Basically
I like that.
You get what I'm saying? So
no, I agree. It's funny that you brought that up because I put a post up this week talking about something very similar to that because I was saying how it took me until last year to buy my first ever bodycon dress. And this past summer was probably the first summer because I never wore short shorts really in my 20s. I was always really nervous, which is funny because I was talking to my best friend about it. And I was like, girl, do you remember when we were in our 20s and I was a size 0 and the flattest stomach and I should have been wearing them shorts. And then, I was like, oh no, I can't wear these. I feel nervous. People are looking at me funny. I've got chicken legs. And then this summer, I was like, I'm buying all the short shorts. I'm wearing short shorts until I can't wear short shorts anymore. And I think there is definitely some growth that happens as you come up. I mean, I think in your 20s, you are growing. But I feel like there's insecurity there, at least for me. I can't talk about for everybody, but there's so much insecurity and trying to figure things out.
That's true.
And then as I got into my 30s, I just started to be like, this is my body. This is, you know, this is how it's gonna be.
Acknowledging,
you know?
like, you know what I'm saying, like being like self-aware of things.
And I can't, you know, if I want to wear, you know, a tight miniskirt dress or whatever, I'm going to wear it because I want to wear it, and I can't sit up here and focus on like, oh, well, what if they think like my fupa is sticking out too much, or I don't have enough, like. You know, growing up, one thing I heard all the time, like, well, you don't have a black girl body. And so I'd be like, oh,
what's a black girl body?
But yeah, no, I don't have a Cardi B behind, but if I want to wear this dress, I'm wear this dress. And if you don't like it, don't look at me.
Yeah, that's the thing I worry about with like people putting you in a box. Yeah. Like, I feel like a lot of people put me in a box because all I hear a lot, hey, Christelle, you do that, or you doing that? Why are you doing that? Like, so it just like, in a way, you know, my self-conscious is like, should I do that? Like, you know?
Yeah, start
guessing yourself.
Right. So, you know, things like that, just like, it bothers me because I sit and I'm thinking like, is there a reason why everybody say I can't do that? Or, you know, so it's just like, so I get it. But definitely, like, I do feel, you know, that in your 30s, you feel more like, not, maybe like sufficient.
Yeah.
With yourself.
Yeah.
Confident.
More confident and more secure. And I think you also know, like, there are things, like, this is something, I don't know how y'all's marriages are, but I know, like, my husband and I, we're really open and honest with each other. And we'll talk about, like, if something were to happen and we, you know, we weren't together anymore, what would be. And I think, like, I've always told him, like, at this point, I know what I want and what I don't want. So it wouldn't be like a, you know, oh, well, you know, maybe I'll just do this or I'll sacrifice on that. Like at this point, I'd be like, no.
Right.
You know, I've got 3 kids and like, I don't have time for games. So this is, you know, this is what I want. This is what it's going to be, or else like, it's not going to be at all.
Right.
And I think that security that you have within yourself and that confidence that you have, like, I wish I could have been like that in my 20s, you know?
Yeah.
Because it would have been so different.
Like, I feel like that too. Like the music that I even listened to. Well, the music I listened to back then in my teens and 20s, like Mary J. Blige and all of that. Like, it speaks different to you
today, right?
Yeah.
I was like, yo,
because back then you don't really, you're not thinking about the words.
Like, if I was as fierce as I was now back then, it'd have been a whole game changer.
Yeah. And I'm petty. Sometimes I think about like little things I was getting into with people back then. I was like, dang, I got a good comeback now.
I know. You think about it after the fact, right?
Yeah. She was scared. I didn't know what to say, but now I wish she would say something to me.
Right. No, but I be feeling like that. So what is one thing that you would tell your 20-year-old self?
Just do it.
Just do it.
Like
just do it. Just be yourself, because life is too short. Like honestly, like we were talking about birthdays, and I was talking to my sister, and I'm like, I want this, I want this, I want this. Like, I'm gonna do this, and she was like, Christelle, like, that's kind of like high. That's expensive. I said, I don't care. You only live one. I don't know if I'm going to survive. Right? I don't know if I'm going to make it tomorrow, you know? So I'm going to do whatever I feel like doing, because I want to do a boudoir pictures and stuff.
I always wanted to do one of those.
Right. What is that? Explain that.
It's
like a lingerie
shoot.
And it doesn't have to be raunchy. It can be very tasteful. And, you know, just
I was actually going to ask you if you want to like help with it or whatever. If you're not busy, you can help with it. So I'm going to do that.
Like, you know how I'm on Pinterest all the time.
Right. Wait, is it like the lingerie with like the feathers and stuff too?
It could be anything
you want. So if you know, whatever, if you prefer lace, if you want some feathers, if you just want like a button-down man's t-shirt with some heels on, like it can be.
That's dope.
I'll show you some of the pictures later, because I've like just been like taking pictures, and we're gonna do it at down to Northfield, the AC Hotel. So I'm just gonna rent a room.
Yeah.
And then we'll do some stuff
whenever you're
doing
rooftop. Ask for the day rate, so you don't pay for the whole night, because you only need it for a few hours. And the day rate is like 50% off of the night, so you can let them know. Like,
you know what? I almost booked it last night.
No, girl, don't do that.
Thanks for sharing that.
Like, most hotels, it's something that they don't really advertise a lot, but most hotels offer day rates. And so if you like, and especially now, because you know, people are just trying to go work from somewhere else besides their house. So you ask them what they, you know, if they do a day rate, and they'll, you know, sometimes like $87, and you tell them like, I just need it from like 10 to 6.
Getting a day rate for something else.
Right.
But I'm saying, take a day. Take that day pay rate. You got
right.
I didn't even know that. I thought you had to get it. Like I thought you had to like book it like
right. Because I was thinking, well, since we're gonna be there overnight, I'll probably just go out to the,
you could definitely turn it into an overnight affair. But
you know what I
should.
Like,
but you should. I mean, I don't know what your plans was, but it would be nice to have like a girls' night.
Right. That's what I said.
So y'all stay tuned this weekend. I am actually being hosted by Origin Raleigh Hotel downtown, and I'm doing it in the girls' night theme. So you check it out. You can see what I'll do behind the scenes of like what the rooms look like and stuff like that. So check it out.
That'd be dope.
But boudoir shoot, I've always wanted to do,
you should
and
do that.
I think it'll be really fun.
That's
the almond. I know.
Yeah.
Tropical smoothie on Harrison. Y'all got to get this together. I'm calling y'all out because y'all did not blend these almonds good enough.
Oh no!
You guys over there choking.
Right. But anyway, Marissa, thanks for sharing that. So yeah, I am definitely gonna do that shoot. But I was just trying to figure out as far as like what I'm gonna do.
Oh, it's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, you should.
So if you want to help, it's gonna be November 21st. Okay. My birthday's on November 22nd.
Well, I'll be here.
So that'll be my birthday gift to myself.
I love it. I love doing things that you want to do. I don't want to quote it wrong or anything but I do remember once a while ago we were studying the book of Ecclesiastes, and I don't remember which chapter or anything like that, but I remember something that stuck out to me was basically it said like you will be dead in eternity, like a long time. And when I read that, I was like, I never thought about it in that way. Like, we always think about how long we're going to live. And then I'll think about it. I'm like, you live to be 80, which seems like a good old age. But I'm like, but after that, you're gone forever. Right. And forever is so much longer than that 80 years. And so you want to make those 80 years, 90 years, 100 years just count for, as much. There's no time to be unhappy and miserable and,
make it count.
Do what you want to do. Right. Do what you want to do. Make sure that you're happy and that you're living.
Yeah, that's what I got a sign right on my little, I guess, china cabinet, bookcase, whatever. Says do more that makes you happy. Because like you said,
goes on.
Life goes on.
And every day is just a different day for you to like make it.
Reinvent the wheel, as I say. Because like you said, like life is too short. So I just try to live my life to my fullest.
So what would you tell your my 20 self?
A whole bunch of shit.
2 years ago.
I would tell her a whole bunch of stuff, to be honest. I would, especially one thing. It don't really matter what people think about you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I think that was like definitely one of my insecurities and stuff like that too. Like, always worrying about what people had to say and how I'll be perceived now. Yeah. I don't give a damn.
There you go.
I don't care no more. Because it's just like, you're going to take it how you want to take it, man. Like, it is what it is. So that definitely, and to basically just, living your truth and be yourself. Just be yourself.
That's good.
You?
I agree with Brett. I think there is so much that I would tell my 20-year-old self. But to piggyback off what she said, I think one of the things I would definitely say is to place more value in myself and not in what others, and not in others and what they think about me. I think when I was in my 20s, I was focusing on, I think, what like society thinks or says that you should be doing or having. And so it was always like, oh, well, I need to have a boyfriend, and then, I'd have a boyfriend and I would be putting up with things that I shouldn't and would not even be putting up with, today.
Right.
And so, placing that value in myself and holding myself up to higher standards, I wasn't slumming it or anything like that, but there were definitely things that I know if it were today, I'd be like, oh, no, this is not working out, bruh. So I would, that would definitely be a piece of advice I would give to myself. And also to speak up for myself more. I still struggle with that today, you guys. Like, if I'm being honest, because I'm always so concerned about, like, I don't want to offend anybody and I don't want to hurt their feelings. And I don't like to argue. I'm not confrontational. So it's like, I don't want this to turn into an argument. So sometimes I just end up holding it inside instead of saying something.
Right.
But, and then sometimes I hold it inside, and then when I do say something, it's bad.
I mean, that's
even worse. So I think, just practicing, you know, you can say things to people in a tactful way, in a respectful way, and still get your point across and not let them walk over you or force their thoughts and opinions on you. And you know, you can still hold true to what you're saying and how you feel.
Yeah. That's really good. That was good. I'm glad y'all said that, because just like what you say, I wish I could hold my, you know, at a higher standard than I do now.
Yeah.
Because now, like Brittany say, I just don't care what anybody else thinks, but before I used to.
That's a good space to be in, I think, though, because when you have that type of freedom to not really be bothered by others, and you can really live your true self.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah. 30s, here we come, and I'm ready for 40 actually though.
Yo, you know Ashanti, me and Ashanti has
your birthday.
We got the same birthday. Shout out to Ashanti, my Libra twin. But she turned 40.
What?
She turned 40.
Yeah.
You know, it's so crazy. Like these stars that I remember, like I felt like I was growing up with,
right?
You know, and like when I find out their age now, I don't know if y'all watched that Versus with Monica and Brandy.
I did.
I was like, Brandy's in her 40s, her daughter's in college,
right? Yeah,
like her daughter's still 10 years old in my head. You know what I mean? Like I can't. Like, this is crazy.
Life, and that's the thing. Like we're growing up, right? Like life goes on.
Yeah,
live. And do what makes you happy.
You do. You just have to. You have to just live your life.
I noticed too. I was like, dang. Like I grown up. I was always into astrology, but I was like, dang. I didn't know all of these celebrities were like Libras. We all like got the same. Our birthdays is around the same time. I'm like, dang. Usher, Keisha Cole, T.I., Cardi B.
Yeah.
Like, dang. Like
Cardi B.
Speaking of Cardi B,
did y'all see that photo?
I mean, listen, I love Cardi B. I'm all for women empowerment and all of that. But allegedly, like she accidentally like posted her news, well, I guess her breasts on Instagram. I guess she was like on the phone with her husband, and she like she said she uploaded on accident. I mean, you could hear the interviews on Breakfast Club. She said it was on accident. She tried to turn her phone off to like stop it from uploading to her Instagram, but it still uploaded. And then she deleted it.
I mean, I don't know how you accidentally post a picture to Instagram, because there's so many steps to go. Like you gotta select the picture, and then you gotta hit next, and then you go to the little filter screen and you gotta hit next, and then you gotta actually post it. Like there's so many steps. If it was in her stories, I could see like where that might happen, because sometimes when you swipe up to, you know, select what you want to post, you know, you might click on, I don't know. And she was celebrating her birthday. Yeah. So, you know, I'm sure she was, you know, drinking a little bit and feeling nice. So
she took it down?
You know.
Yeah, she took it down.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But it was too late by then. And that's the thing. When you do stuff like that, people screenshot it. Yeah. So quick.
Somebody like screenshotted it, and then they was like, yeah, and the people talking about my salami titties. Like, I got salami nipples. My salami nipples. She was like, I got salami nipples.
They're out. Look. Everybody lemons to let us know if you saw this picture and what you thought, because them areolas was a little bit much. I'm not gonna lie.
To be honest, I've never seen breasts like that before. But I mean, like I said, I'm not no judgments. I love Cardi B. I'm a fan of her music. You know, things happen, but yeah, I've never seen nipples like that before. So that kind of, I was just like, huh?
It could have been a bad angle. There was a lot going on. It's a lot.
Or it could have been from surgery.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been.
Yeah, she's definitely had some work done. So, but I think it was just like shocking, because, you know, we see these celebrities with their perfect bodies when they have their clothes on and stuff like that, and the way that they look. And then when you get to actually see their body, I think that's probably what threw us off. We were like, oh.
Yeah. You know, we probably expecting it to look perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
but nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect.
But she did say, too, she mentioned, she was like, well, you know, giving birth, and I don't know, I think she breastfed for a little bit. She said her daughter stretched her nipples out. That was her explanation for it.
I breastfed all my kids.
Same here.
My son was the longest, and yeah, just mine don't look like that. So, and Marissa, I know you breastfeed your kids.
Yes, I'm a breastfeeding fanatic.
Yeah, well, you know, women just be careful.
Yeah, and be gentle with her, you know, because we're all women. You don't want to like judge her because she looked, you know, a certain type of way or.
Absolutely, because I know I would hate if I accidentally posted something and then somebody would say, I'd be like, oh, okay, well.
I mean, that's the only reason why I'm like, did she do that on purpose, or because
me personally, I
don't know.
I don't really think she did. I mean, I don't think so. I don't think so, but I don't know.
Yes, it was a story. I
right.
can see where you might accidentally post on a story.
Yeah,
like just and again, like she was partying it up. She was in Vegas like for her birthday for like 3 or 4 days. So
and didn't you guys say she's back with her husband?
Well, that was the last I heard.
Okay.
Yeah, that she took it back after filing for divorce. I don't know.
He went all out for her birthday, though. He bought her like a custom Rolls Royce
with a custom car seat.
Yeah, it was
for the
over
baby.
like $300,000 for this thing with a custom car seat.
Sure, I'll take him back to
Listen, I cannot speak to anybody on their relationship.
Exactly.
That is their business.
Yeah, that's their business. I mean, to each his own.
We don't know the ins and outs. We just know whatever TMZ says, and Lord knows TMZ does not always get it right. So
they don't. And Wendy Williams.
So yes, we know that's my girl, but she get it wrong too.
Right.
Listen.
Oh God! All right, so Brittany, you wanted to talk about something with Marissa. What was
we was wanted to discuss gender roles. Do you feel like there are gender roles in a relationship? For example, like Cardi B. I don't cook. I don't clean. But let me tell you, I got this ring. Like, that's what I mean. I don't know the words. But yeah, do you believe in gender roles in a relationship?
So I got 2 parts to this answer. One, I'm from Trinidad originally, and they have a very like old-fashioned mindset. They're like my dad. My dad very much believes in gender roles in his household. My stepmom, cooks dinner, fixes his plate, cleans the house. Like she, puts on makeup before we, leave. Like there are certain things that I remember when I visit that I'm like, I remember actually one time my dad called me and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm just sitting on the couch waiting for Larry to cook dinner." He was like, You're letting your husband cook?" And I was like, yeah. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Am I letting him cook? Yes, he's cooking dinner. So, it's interesting to see the difference between how he runs things at home and how I do things in my house. I don't always fix my husband's plate, but we don't always eat at the same time either. And, we do share a lot of the household responsibilities. He cooks. He loves cooking, so he cooks a lot more than I do.
That's good.
And I do. I appreciate that. So, matter of fact, before I walked out, he was cooking up some tuna steaks or something.
Right.
I'm looking forward to that. But like he enjoys cooking. I think we both kind of split the cleaning. There are certain things like I'm very particular about the bathroom, so like I like to clean the bathroom. That's my thing. I feel like he's not going to get it right, so I'll just do it. We both hate laundry, but we'll both be like, all right, let's just get it out the way.
Right.
So he takes out the trash. I don't do that, so in terms of like a very specific gender role in that regard, like he does do that. But I think for the most part, we're not very old fashioned in the sense of like the woman does this, the man does this, and then that's it. We definitely have a more open relationship in that way to where we're flexible and it's not just.
And I feel like that's how it should be.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel. I feel like it should be equal-ish. But then I still feel like we do more.
Oh yeah,
than they do.
I was listening to Brittany earlier when she was saying that she has, and I felt what she was saying because when I have the kids, I'm very like routine. And you said you have by 9:30, like everything's done, and you're like, all right, it's 9:30. Right. And when I have them, like if my husband's traveling or he's only traveling, I guess whenever he's not at home.
Right.
I have like I'm like, all right, let's cook dinner, let's clean up the kitchen, let's clean up the living room, eat, y'all shower, get your pajamas on, and we have all that done by like 9:00. And it's so funny because I can do that by myself, and when he's there, I feel like all hell breaks loose. Like I'm like, dang, it's 9:00, they haven't even dinner yet. Like, what is going on? It's crazy. But
I think we all feel like that.
like we can have everything done. Heaven forbid, like when I travel for my job, I'll call them and he's like, yeah, they still haven't eaten. Like, I'm like, what are y'all doing over there?
Right. Or they call you, what's for dinner?
Yeah.
You're home.
Right. So, it's so funny how I think we can, have everything in order and together and like, or y'all do this, and it gets it done. But then sometimes they just don't know how to handle it. It's too much. It's too much.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, I don't know if it's like specific gender roles. I mean, not in my household, in my marriage, because like, kind of like how you said, like, we kind of like switch off with things. But like, for example, like my husband, he enjoys basketball and the boys, they play AAU sports. So he enjoys going to their practices and taking them to the trainings.
Yeah.
I'll do it if I have to. But is it my favorite thing to do? No, it's not. But I'll do it. Like, but my husband enjoys doing that. So I'll look at it like, all right, you do that, then I'll stay home and I'll cook dinner and get things prepped. So when y'all come back, they can shower and eat and stuff like that. Like, some days is like, I don't mind cooking, but some days I just don't want to cook and I don't eat meat. So it's like sometimes I have to cook more than one meal. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. So sometimes, like, you know what? I'm not cooking. Y'all don't have to figure it out. So my husband will order pizza. Of course, he's not going to cook. He's going to order pizza. Like, you get what I'm saying?
With, like, if you say you're not going to cook, their number one thing is let's order out.
Let's order out.
Yeah.
But with you say your husband loves to cook.
He enjoys cooking, but it's still, like, as much as he enjoys it, sometimes I feel like, he doesn't mind it, but it'll be like, he'll be like, well, what do you want for dinner? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, why don't you think of something? And then you make it, and take some initiative and do that on your own. Because I'm at home being, the lunch lady and the breakfast lady.
The teacher.
Assistant teacher.
Right.
The assistant principal on some days when they skip in class. Like, I can't wear all these hats and then have you come home and be like, well, what do you want? I don't know.
Right.
I can't even think anymore. I don't know. I want some food. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
But you think of something and you figure that out. Because for me, my fallback, you said his fallback is order pizza. I was like, I'll just make some spaghetti. It's quick and it's easy.
It's quick and easy.
Yeah. When you said earlier with the culture thing, like being from like different, background, having different backgrounds. I remember when I first got married, my mom will call me, did you cook, for him today? Did you make his plate? Like, and then one time they came to the house. I mean, my dad, like, my mom, now it's not the same. Because before, my mom used to, like, cook, like, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Like, breakfast. And she was working, too, and he was working. So, I grew up seeing that, and I'm thinking, like, this is how it's supposed to be. Yeah. But as they got, older, and then I think, like, I actually think that my mom learned certain things from me because I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Just, but then as the kids got older, then I'll do it if I want because I know that certain things that they don't want to eat. So I just don't do it. And then if he don't want to do it, then that's on him. And I felt like it was some point where, he was expecting certain things to be the same because, that's how it started in the beginning. And I just like something clicked along the way where I was just like, I'm not doing that. Like, I don't have to do that. Like, we should all, because we're both working. We're both, doing certain things. But in my culture, it's like you have to make them a plate. You have to like make sure their food is ready. You have,
and that's something like, when we went to visit my dad a couple of years ago, and my stepmom would make dinner, and she would fix my dad's plate. And my dad will literally sit at the table
and just sit
until she fixes it. And I remember one time she was like not feeling well at all. She'd been sick all day, and she'd been laying down resting, and she got up and made dinner. And I had told her, I was like, well, Pauline, I was like, you don't really have to cook. Like, I know you're not feeling good. And she still got up and made dinner. And after she finished, she went and she laid back down. And my dad came home, and he had been sitting at the table for about 20 minutes. And I was like, Daddy, what are you doing? Like, why are you just sitting at the table? Go do something with yourself. And he was like, I'm waiting for Pauline to fix my plate. And I was like, she's laying down like she's sick.
Sick, right.
And he was like, well, she still needs to fix my plate. And I was like, and when I tell y'all, my dad is sitting here and the stove is here with the food on it. I was like, you can't get up and go put some food on a plate and sit back down? Like,
so did you make it? Did you get him to make
fix this plate? And my dad, like, he's like, he only eats with this particular spoon. Like, he's very particular. And I just couldn't, like, I called my mom that night. I was so mad. I was like, oh my God, Mom, you would not believe this. And she was like, I know, it's just different. I was like,
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, my mom,
I do if I want, but I don't have to.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. Like my mother always cooked, and I mean, of course, she had other relationships besides my dad, but well, my father. I don't sound right.
Your dad.
But I remember times when my mother would cook and stuff like that, and she would like make her, because my mom was engaged before, her fiance's plate and stuff like that. And like then it became a thing. I was like, okay, I see my mom cooking. I'm gonna serve my husband too and stuff. And then at first, I mean, I still do it to this day, but it's just like it's not.
You want to do it.
It's because I want to, not because like, he's waiting. I'm like, you can make your plate.
Right. I think that's the difference. Like, there's no expectation for you to fix his plate.
Right. And you know, sometimes I don't even fix his plate first. I fix the kids' plates first.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
And then he be like, nah, y'all go ahead. Y'all eat first. Whatever is like, I'll eat it.
That's how it should. I mean, I feel like that's how it should be.
I feel like that's how
in the Bible it says serve. I mean, what is it in the Bible? Well, I don't know, but I heard that you're supposed to fix your husband's plate first before the kids.
I heard that too. And then, you know, I volunteered in college. I was a part of this program, whatever. And we went to like the Raleigh shelter downtown, and we like cooked. We made like so much. So we made like spaghetti, baked chicken. We made like banana pudding. We made a whole bunch of stuff. And they basically, it was like women and children. They were like sitting in the dining area, and then all the men came and like stepped in front of them and got their plate. I'm like, whoa. They're like, yeah, you know, the men have to eat first because they're, you know, men are like naturally aggressive and they need to get their food before they go to work. And I was like, dang, really? Wow. So like, you really gonna have these babies waiting to eat?
Yeah. I always fix my kids' plates first before I even fix mine. Like, I fix theirs first, and then after that, I'll be like, "Do you want me to fix your plate?" And he might be like, "Oh, you know, I'm gonna finish this game up first," or you know, whatever he says, I'll do.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, move on.
I personally don't think in my household, in my marriage, I don't personally think gender roles exist. I feel like if something needs to get done, and I know it needs to get done, I'll get it done. Or if I can't get it done, I'm like, listen, can you get this done? Versus like, even like with paying bills and staying organized, like, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, I'm not gonna lie, I'm more organized in that sense on what things, when things gotta get done.
But I feel like the roles are defined by what you're good at or what you enjoy doing or what you don't mind doing versus an expectation because of like you're a female and he's a male. Right. Because there are things like you were saying, like if you're more organized, you can probably like, you know, you have your system like, all right, light bill, pay this, you know, water bill due here. Let's, you know, we got to make sure we get the oil change on this date.
Right.
Or, you know, whatever.
Or if there's something broken in the house, you know, okay, he can fix this.
Right. My husband tall. I'm not that tall.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, can you change that light bulb? Can you do this? Can you dust this light?
Smoke detector that been going off.
Right. Oh yeah.
Please change that battery out.
Yeah. So that makes sense. And I guess it's a new day and time. Like, this is. But
you know what? But there are some women who like those defined roles, and that's okay too.
Yeah.
You know,
if that's what you like. Too. Just whatever works for your household.
Period.
Don't try to say we're trying to tell you what to do or anything.
Exactly.
Just whatever work for your household.
Yeah, we just speaking on our experiences, our household, and our marriages, and how we do what we do.
Right. And we are all married
at your house.
Right. But yeah, anyway, let's change gear real quick and let's talk about this voting stuff that's going on.
Oh, man.
So how do y'all, this is how I feel. I feel like everyone should go out and vote. Period.
And I seen really long lines because early voting started yesterday. So it's from the 15th to the 31st. So I seen a lot of people early voting. So like, you know, kudos to everybody that's already been out voting. I've been seeing long lines because I was gonna go yesterday too, but I was like, oh hell no, that line long as hell.
I seen
so I'm gonna go different
2-hour waits.
I need to be the first one. I need to go when it's like first
7:30.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the first one in line because it don't take long.
Yeah, and the good thing about early voting is it's not just a weekday thing. You can vote on Saturday and on Sunday, and as long as you're in line, they have to let you vote.
So do not turn around. Do not get discouraged. Do not listen
or make it a friend event or invite your friends. Bring your family members.
Sure
say, hey,
let's go vote. Get some hand sanitizer.
Grab a smoothie for a snack. You're gonna be waiting for a while. So bring your friends so you have somebody to talk to. Have your smoothie so you don't go passing out.
Yeah.
And you don't need a voter ID. You don't need voter ID registration. No. You can just show like your driver's license. If you're not registered, early voting is the best thing to do because you can register and vote the same day. Update your address.
All of that. And it's crazy because I don't know, what are they called? What are the people called that be texting your phone? Did you vote? The census? Not the census. They not a part. It's census
voting
campaign tax. Yeah, I've been getting hella. I'm sorry, y'all, but I had to block them. Because I'm like, how did you get my number? I'm already registered to vote. Yeah, I know. But I'm like, they're like, thanks for asking, Brittany. We got your information. It's public information. I'm like, okay, well, I'm already registered to vote. Like,
girl, you know, I
about to get cursed out.
I was surprised because you can go check your voter registration status. And so when I saw that, I was like, let me make sure that everything is good for this election that I checked a few weeks ago. The only thing you need to check your status is you need your first name, your last name, and your birthday. Which means if you have that information for anybody, all of that information populates for them. Like they can look you up, first name, last name, date of birth, and like that's it. So I feel like that's probably how a lot of these folks
be getting our information.
If y'all text me one more,
I block like at least like 5 numbers.
They start early sometimes. I'm like, who's texting me at
I got a couple of those texts today.
I was like, I'm already registered to vote. Thank you. Please stop. And then I also, like, my job, they sent out like emails and stuff, and I printed off like a sample ballot for my children. I was like, yeah, y'all going look these people up. Good. Like, so we like basically went over how to fill out the ballot and stuff like that. They used to do that in school. My husband said they used to do that in school, but they don't do that anymore.
There's so much that they don't do now. Like, I ask my son questions all the time. I'm like, have y'all learned what? I mean, even something as simple as 9/11. Like, I remember asking him about this last year. I was like, hey, have y'all talked about 9/11? And he was like, what is that? Right. And I was like, 9/11, September 11th. Ethan? He was like, what? So last year I sat down and we watched like 3 documentaries. I was like, I want you to watch this and learn about, like, this wasn't like not even that long ago. Like,
it really wasn't
huge event in history. Like, how do you not know about this? There's so much they don't teach them.
Yeah, they
cursive is gone.
Cursive.
I know. I got the boys that the debit card I was telling you about, and I was like, yeah, y'all gotta sign it. And I was like, he's like, oh, you want me to do it in like script? I'm like, yeah, go ahead and do the script. I mean, he did pretty well, but they do not write in cursive.
No, I got them books to practice because I was like, how are you going to have a signature if you don't know how to write?
Yeah, because at a certain age, they're gonna have to sign 18, sign a social security card and stuff. So so I'll make my kids. I make them do them in the slum. And I was telling, I think I mentioned this like a couple of episodes back, but I heard the kid's social studies teacher talking about like racism, being prejudiced, and like why they changed their name. Because, you know, their name was Daniels, but then they got changed to Oberlin Middle School because Daniels was white supremacist.
Right.
So I feel like they are doing a little better with it. And I mean, of course, they talked about 9/11 and stuff, but then I also have to like throw in like the
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, Tulsa, Oklahoma. So we talked about that. But yeah, it's a lot of things they don't like, even like writing a check. Like, to be honest, like I did not know how to write a check until I got to college. That's
my sister
sad.
Did not, like, she was in college and she was like, I don't know how to fill out a money order. And I was just like, are you serious? And like, you know, because to me, I was just like, order. But like, you know, she was like, no, she had just never learned. So I was like, okay, well, let's
you gotta think about it. It's new age. Like, everybody got plastic. We swipe.
Yeah, swipe and sign with your finger, just a little squiggly line. But I mean, we gotta know these, I guess, old school ways of doing things too.
And we need that.
And you know, I had to, like, when I was building my house, like, I had to get a checkbook. Because that's how you keep track. Me too. That's how you keep track of things and like writing your check. Like, oh no, we take check. We'll take a check. I'm like, damn. So I'm gonna have to order some shit. I'm like, I don't feel like writing this doggone check.
We have a checkbook with our address from 2 years ago. That's how often we write. Like, we don't write checks very often, but every time I do have to fill one out, I'm like, let me cross out this address.
I know, right?
I have to check, you know, because of my business, just, you know, so I could keep track of everything.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely a good way to track, because even like since I built my house and stuff like that, and I had to like pay people with check, and then I had to get it reimbursed from the builder, and they're like, well, this person said they didn't get paid. And I was like, let me go ahead. I was like, here you go. Here's a copy Yeah, the front and back of the check.
Yep.
He's like, oh, thank you so much. That made my job easier. Yeah, don't try me because they got paid. Don't try me.
So certain things,
right. So certain things, it is very valuable to have checks on here. It really is.
A trace.
But yeah, with the voting thing, like I just feel like we really need to like enforce it. And honestly, I feel like this year has been like the most that I've heard about it. That people are enforcing it more, like go vote, go vote, go vote. And even with these young voters, like last year I heard, I think I put it down somewhere where it says 67% of voters last year were from young voters.
Wow.
Well, I mean, not last year, but Obama.
The last election.
Oh,
the
last election.
Right,
Obama.
with Obama. So, and then it was like 27.
Yeah.
It was like 27 or something like that for the last presidential, whatever. So, I just feel like I want all the young voters. Like, what do they call us? Like millennials?
I mean, we're technically millennials.
Yeah, we are. I said, what do they call us? Right?
Yeah, the Gen Z is who we're talking to.
Gen Z.
Right.
Millennials getting our lives together. Y'all need to get out there.
So please get out and please just get out and vote. Like we were saying earlier, bring somebody with you. Because don't say your vote don't count, because every little bit counts. Because if they're working this hard to make sure you don't vote, or trying to tell you that you could voat twice,
or those
that's
fake
illegal.
Ballot boxes that they've been putting out,
right?
That's very illegal. Do not vote twice.
And I know we've got Corona going on and everything. But I don't know how you guys felt about it. I felt very sketchy and anxious about doing a mail-in ballot.
Oh, me too. I don't trust that at all. First of all, how do I know where that shit going to?
Right. Well, how do I know when they got it? Someone didn't just take it and throw it in the trash.
And they said they have a tracking system. And I mean, I did not do a mail-in ballot. So I have a couple friends who did, and they did the tracking system and stuff. And I guess maybe you could do it with like FedEx or something to make sure. But I still just didn't feel comfortable. So I'm going to do early voting before early voting is over.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going early voting.
Right. If y'all go voting, before y'all do too, make sure you write, like, you always, can have a little cheat sheet with you or whatever.
Can't you bring the pre-filled ballot?
You can pre-fill a ballot. Absolutely. You still have to stand in line. There's no like shortcut just because you already filled it out, but you can just go ahead and take that on in there. Make sure they don't mark anything on your ballot, because that can make it invalid. They don't need to mark anything on your ballot at all.
Right.
And you drop your stuff off and make sure that your vote counts.
And the good thing about early voting, like Marissa said, that you can, if you're not registered to vote, you can register and vote the same day, and you can go anywhere where they're holding early voting. You can go there to vote. Like, you don't necessarily have to go to your designated polling place. Exactly.
And so if you have friends that aren't registered and you're going to early vote and you're registered, bring your friends, let them get registered, let them vote.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
And wear y'all's mask, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wear y'all's mask.
Because coronavirus is still here.
And the numbers are going up.
Yeah. This is the second day they said on the news
It's been on news yesterday, today.
Record cases for 2 days in a row.
Yeah, I've seen old president passed away.
Yeah. This morning.
This morning. Crazy,
Yeah. So
wear y'all's mask. Bring your sanitizer.
All of that.
And bring snacks.
And a snack. Yes. You can't be hangry voting.
Right.
Yeah, y'all can't let
lightheaded
what's going on just discourage y'all from voting. We really need y'all voice to be heard, like, for real. Like, you gotta vote.
It's too important. It's too important. Like your future is too important to just be nonchalant about it. There's so many things that this election can change, and it's not something to play with.
When people tell me they don't vote, I low key be judging them.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's not good to judge, and I'm like, I'm trying to work on that. But, like, certain shit, like, really, like, you need to take your ass out and vote. Like
why
for real.
Can't you do this?
First of all, why aren't you registered?
Right.
Like,
and your vote
it costs nothing.
Right.
You
don't have to. A little bit of time.
It's your right. That's your civil right.
And that people fought for.
Right.
Like, women couldn't even go into, like, the 20s, 40s. Like,
I seen my friend Audrey. She posted on Facebook. It was funny, but it wasn't funny. But I was like share button. So she basically posted something. What she post? She basically was like, what she said? She's like, just some motivation for your timeline. # go vote for those who have joined the ancestors. It's basically black people getting beat up than white people. Like, you see that? Like, yeah, go vote.
So that you could go vote.
Right. Go Vote.
And it wasn't even that long ago.
Yeah.
Y'all can get your behinds in this line and vote.
Yes, please.
Be coming after all of y'all with the bill.
Right.
Like, for real. Please go vote.
Oh,
yeah, I'm going Monday first thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be going.
They open at 7:30.
7 o'clock. Oh, is it
Okay.
7:30? Oh, okay.
7:30.
So I'll be there at 7 o'clock.
But you get there early so that you won't have to wait as long.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, Period. We need change, y'all.
No
we
excuses.
need change. So please, if you want change, we need change. It don't matter if you want it or anyway.
And Kanye is not that change, so don't waste your time writing his name in on that ballot, okay?
Right. And speaking of that, please, like, don't just write anybody's name on those empty
Take
areas.
this seriously.
Take it seriously because I heard in Nevada his name is actually on there.
In New York too,
and he already
by the time he pulled out of it, they had already printed those ballots.
This is serious?
People have actually voted for him. In a previous election, I remember that Harambe gorilla that people were writing his name in on the ballot.
Right.
You're wasting your vote. You are wasting your vote.
Right. And I think that was, this is just my opinion. I think that was the plan between Kanye and, number 45 to actually, get him on there so people don't throw those votes.
Yeah, because they think it's funny.
It's not funny, y'all. It's not funny. And that's so sad that people are actually voting for him. That's sad. So please get out and vote. And I know I've been saying vote the last couple episodes, but please go vote.
And take it seriously.
It's your
civic duty. It's your civic duty.
Yeah.
Research the candidates. Don't just go in there and vote straight, whatever party affiliation you are.
But it's not like that no more. They're not putting the parties down. Okay. You actually have to.
That's what I heard.
And I talked to two people. Yeah, I talked to two people that did vote. One yesterday, one today. Mm-hmm. She said that you actually have to know those names.
I got the booklet in the mail last week, and I was flipping through it.
I told you I had my kids fill it out, and I had them highlight, and I was like, you need to tell me about each of these candidates.
Yes, right. I got my vote.
So yeah,
I like him. I call him Coops.
I know, right?
What Coops talking about today?
Right, I like him.
He said we in phase 3. Okay.
Right. 2.5.
Yeah, I was mad at 2.5. I was like, look, Coop, you talking about 2.5? I'm cool.
I'm cool. Right, exactly.
You,
so vote for him. If you're in the North Carolina area, vote for Governor Cooper. We like him.
He is good in my book.
Right. But yeah, do you guys have anything else y'all want to add today?
No, that was actually a good conversation. We got to touch on a lot.
Yeah. Okay, Marissa, can you tell people one more time how they could follow you?
I was about to say and comment and subscribe.
Right.
I don't have a YouTube.
You don't have a YouTube?
I don't. Videos make me so nervous. I know that's crazy because I do stories, but
but
I don't know. I've never done a live before because that just scares the crap out of me. And I did not do a podcast until earlier this year because that scared the crap out of me too. I was like, oh God.
You should definitely look into probably doing a YouTube channel. I think that would be dope.
I guess I kind of feel like these people want to hear me talk about.
That's how I feel before we started this. I say, look, I'm going to do it.
But I love having conversations like this where it's just, it's kind of easy going flows. So, Shabby Chic Cheap on Instagram and shabbychiccheap.com for the blog.
Yes.
That's it.
Make sure hold on. Don't you have that influencer, the other?
We do. We're trying to get back started with it. COVID really threw a wrench in our plans. But it's myself and 2 other phenomenal Black women. We have a group called Our Shades of Influence, where we're just trying to bring more awareness to using diversity and minorities in different marketing strategies, ads and promoting and things like that. So that is Our Shades of Influence on Instagram. You can follow us there and see what we're up to.
Yeah. How often do you post on your blog?
My blog, I probably post maybe once or twice a month. I'm really more active on Instagram, and I've been more active on Pinterest as well. I'm trying to get back into blogging. The one thing I can say about anybody who has a business, if you rely on Instagram for everything that's actually hurting you because you don't own your stuff on Instagram. Because if Instagram shut down and you don't have anything else to fall back on, then you're just kind of SOL. So make sure that you do have a website, a blog, some sort of other place where people can, come and find your information and know more about whatever it is that you do.
Okay. Because
what about Facebook? Same thing?
Yeah, Facebook shut down today,
Right. So just make sure
you put they own that content. But if you have your website, you have your blog, that is yours. And you own that content, and nobody can shut that down unless you decide you don't want it.
Right.
The reason why I asked is because my best friend Dominisha, she has a blog, Blendable Bunch, our blended underscore love. That's her Instagram. But I was asking because she is like so like gung ho, like, oh my god, I gotta post on my blog, like, so she like she was like she is so like into it. It's like I gotta post self-love, really my self-care stuff on Sundays. Like she's just really really into it. So that's why I asked about it, because I think
that's great. She's consistent with posting. I used to be that same way, and I've kind of fallen off because I started relying on Instagram so much more. But lately I've been trying to come up with content ideas. Like I'm starting a new series called Skincare Sundays, so I'll be sharing skincare stuff on Instagram, but it'll have a blog post attached to it as well, so that people can go back and see and read and save it and
so do you think it's because like people are like really like visual beings, nobody really wants to sit and read?
And absolutely, I know sometimes I go to a blog page, I'm like, I don't feel like reading all this. And so I get it, because I'm the same way. There are certain things, even with like YouTube videos, like if your video is an hour long, I have to really want to hear what you're saying, So, keep your videos. I think I attended a conference, a virtual conference last weekend called Ignite Your Influence, and it was like for Black creatives. And one of the girls that was on there, she was saying to keep your videos between 5 and 9 minutes in length, because anything after that, people are just like fast forwarding or just clicking out of it or not wanting to watch it. So
because I have a YouTube channel, and I could tell that like I look at the analytics on my channel, and like the most people probably watch is maybe like 2.5 minutes.
And I think too, it just depends on what the person is talking about, because like if you're talking about something that I'm personally like really invested and interested in, you're talking about like finances or investments or something I might want to learn more about, or even makeup tutorials or hair tutorials or things that I'm actually wanting to learn more about, I will like sit and watch it because I want to learn about it. So you just have to know your audience too. And so that is where social media comes in handy, because, one of the things someone said at the conference, she was like, utilize the different platforms. It's not like everybody places so many of their eggs in the Instagram basket, but like LinkedIn is a great social media platform that you can use too, and you can connect with brands that way and other people that might be in your field and just contacts in general. So
what was it about Pinterest? You told me to put my stuff on Pinterest.
Yeah, how do you do that? Because I was trying to figure that out.
I took a Pinterest course recently, and when I tell y'all,
I know they have stuff.
Yeah, they do, and it's like seriously, Pinterest. One thing that I learned in the course that stuck out of everything that I saw is that she said, don't think of Pinterest as social media. Think of Pinterest as a search engine. And I was like, oh my God, she is so right. Every time I come in here, Christelle, and I'm like, can you do this hair for me? Where do I get it from? I go to Pinterest and I search black girl ponytails, black girls with weave, or whatever I'm trying to get done. When I want to make a quick dinner, I'm like, easy dinner with hamburger meat, or, meatless Monday recipe ideas, whatever it is, I go in there, I'm searching for things, and then I might save it to a board, like, I want to make this brownie recipe later. And so that's what Pinterest is. It's a
I need to figure out how to use it properly.
It's not hard. It's not hard. It's really like once you actually get into it, it's really easy. And
I know I got good taste though, because I always get messages. Oh, such and such liked your pen. You have good taste.
Yeah. So get in there. Use Pinterest. They're starting to add new features now, like Pinterest. You can do story pins and. There's so much, and it's really, I think it's really an undervalued platform.
I love Pinterest.
At one point I didn't place much value in it, and then once I started paying attention and like working on it with some of the tips that I learned in the course, I got up to like 93,000 views on my boards, and that's insane. If you're talking about pitching to brands, now I can go to this brand and be like, I really want to work with y'all. These are my stats on Pinterest. Like.
Oh wow! Yeah, that's good information. I'm gonna tell my best friend about that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Blog posts. I have so many pins from people where I'm like, ooh, this was like a really good idea for, you know, activities for kids or whatever. You can have boards about anything.
Right.
That's what's up.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have any questions for us?
I don't. I had a good time though.
No one never has questions
I don't know. I don't. I think because we had such a good, like, just natural conversation. So I don't really think I have anything to interview y'all with. But I do appreciate y'all having me on here.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming. Yeah. Any last minute quotes today that you want to leave? Do you have any quotes you want to leave?
There's no shame in therapy. Always find something positive at the end of the day, even if it's been a rough day. There's something good, and self-care is necessary.
Okay,
what Marissa said.
I like that. What she said. I have another one. This is just something I was writing down. I say, speak up, make changes, make a choice, and take part in this election. No matter your age, your vote will count.
I know that's right. What Christelle said. I'm combining what Christelle said and what Marissa said.
Yes.
Right. So with that being said,
thanks for tuning in and listening. Thank you guys so much. We love y'all and appreciate y'all. Follow us on our Facebook and our Instagram at love.lifeafter. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or if you'd like to be a guest on our podcast, please email us at lovelifeafter18@gmail.com. Do we have any hashtags?
We did have some hashtags. I was supposed to find that. And do you want to say some, or
we can say some hashtags, because our hashtag is take your time but don't waste your time. And we've been trying to get you guys on this thing so that way we can go ahead and mention them on the episodes. But let's see, do you have any pulled up?
I'm gonna try to pull one up. Take your time, but don't waste your time.
Ooh,
and then I've seen, because I remember y'all told you about it, how I got it where from after what's his name died, and Lupita, she had posted how she want people to start doing more for themselves and just write, different things. So this one, this girl said her name, her Instagram name is what Sean wrote. So, and it said, what a shame you're trying to play catch up to the next person and you haven't even caught on to your own greatness. And it's love, and that hashtag, take your time, but don't waste your time. And then, so, and then there's other ones, just different ones. It says, whatever your choice for a career pattern, the struggles along the way are meant to shape you for your purpose. And that was Amma_Acai DUA. And she said, take your time, but don't waste your time. And I think actually Chad Boswell wrote that, and then she just, posted just in remembrance of him. There's other ones. So if y'all want to, there's another one. I like this one. It said to build, to edify, never to breathe. So I like that. And it said, take your time, but don't waste your time. So yeah, in life, seriously, your whole purpose is to try something. Just take your time doing it, but don't waste your time by missing what it is that you wanted to do, because he did it so well and so honorably and just so gracefully, because he took his time, but at the end, he's gone. So just remember to take your time, but don't waste your time.
That's right. So if you want to start that business, you want to write that book, girl, go do it. Guy, go do it.
Realize the value of your time. Your time is valuable.
Right. So.
All right, guys. So thanks for tuning in. And we out. It's Love Life After. Peace.
I'm addicted to a black queen. A black queen.
I know I'm addicted.